We are your election headquarters, and 5 members of parliament in the Ashanti region will not take part in the upcoming New Patriotic Party's parliamentary primaries slated for January 27, 2024. They include the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, who doubles as the Member of Parliament for Bekwai, Joseph Osei-Wusu, the Majority Leader and MP for Swami, Osei Chairman-Sabunsu, would also not be returning to Parliament. And then we have the others for Furikrum, Hafwa North-South, and also Kwabra East constituency, who all failed to file their bid for re-election. Emmanuel Bright-Kweku brings us a wrap of the filing of nominations in the Ashanti region.
The Ashanti region boasts as the region with the highest number of parliamentarians, with the New Patriotic Party holding a majority of these seats. 43 out of the 47 seats are on the ticket of the ruling NPP. But the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament and MP for Bekwai, Joseph Osei-Wusu, Majority Leader and MP for Swami, Osei Chairman-Sabunsu, Emmanuel Mafo of the Furikrum constituency, alongside MP for Kwabra East, Francisca Oti-Mensah, and Ahafua North-South East Member of Parliament, are not in the race for the upcoming elections. With the parliamentary primaries in the offing, a significant number of the incumbent legislators in the region are filing nominations to retain their seats. At the Old Tafo constituency, Vincent Ekowasifwa is contending Dr. Siawa Donko after the two locked horns in the 2020 primaries. Dr. Donko says it is time to serve the entire constituency fairly.
Yeah, I understand development, I understand leadership. All my life till now, I've been in service, I've been in positions of leadership, and what I've learned is what I want to be able to bequeath my society or community with. I represent the aspirations of the community, and that's what even makes it very important, because the community, we need the community to support Dr. Bawumia.
Having contested twice in the parliamentary elections of the NPP, Vincent Frimpong Menu is making a third appearance for the Kwadasu seat. He is in a fierce contest with incumbent MP Kingsley Nyako.
If you look at the other person who is the incumbent and wants to come again, everybody has seen that he didn't do well, and we are here to cause change. People take Kwadasu for granted. People look for opportunities and they say, oh, I can go and contest Kwadasu. They take their votes there. They deceive the people. I am one of them, and I am volunteering that one of our own has to stand in for them.
The Bantima constituency would see a tough competition between incumbent MP Francis Asenso-Boakye and Raphael Ejapong.
God willing, I will get the endorsement, and that will be the first time a sitting member of parliament in Bantima has survived a contest here in Bantima. Everybody has the right to contest as long as you qualify. Okay, but the person so far that I've heard, as far as I know, is not a match for me.
All eyes on Bantima. In fact, the whole of the republic is on Bantima, because we have been informed that that it's kind of a contest between the president and Kennedy Ejapong. That is what I've been told. But I believe that I'm going to win this contest.
In the Kwabra East constituency, 5 aspirants are contesting the seat after the incumbent MP Francisca Oti-Mensah declared her intentions to opt out. Patrick Amakokofo, an aspirant, is optimistic of victory.
I said I will be the real representative for Kwabra East. I understand them. I'm a delegate, I'm a grassroots person, so I've been with them all these years. So I know their fears, I know whatever their cries are. So I understand them better than any of the candidates. So once I get the nod, I'll be able to give them whatever they need.
He's fiercely contested by the former organizer and municipal chief executive of the constituency.
Kwabra people, they want somebody that they can approach. They want somebody who has a vision for the constituency. And knowing me for a few years now, and what I have done to impact the lives of the people, they know. For instance, I have in my own way invested about 250,000 cedis in forms of soft loans, interest-free loans to most of the delegates here.
And I have political classmates. When I say I have political classmates, I mean when I was the regional financial secretary, I was operating with people like Justin Kobia, Judy Ombuako, Sampan, Kennedy Kamkan, and others. And I have friends up there. So it's easier lobbying when you go up there because they know me.
The filing of nomination is only a first step of the process. The onus now lies on the aspirants to win the trust and support of the delegates to secure the parliamentary candidature on January 27, 2024. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Brightscreen.
Excitement is certainly on, but not without the old folk who are leaving, Parliament now, knowing that, of course, some big names are out. Kweku Asante is our parliamentary correspondent, joining us with the very latest on this. Kweku, some big names. The majority leader is one that, of course, many are surprised about, knowing the extent of, experience that this man comes with. In the House, a good friend of the Speaker too.
Yes, they've been fighting a lot of time on the floor. And in terms of the numbers that we've seen so far, we are seeing about 8 sitting NPP MPs currently bowing out of the House. And some really big names. Of course, I'm sure by close of day tomorrow, when the New Patriotic Party national leadership gets the total list of all MPs who are filed across the country, we'll get to know the extent of the persons who are leaving.
Yeah, but we need to be clear that this is just for the Ashanti region.
Yes.
It's clear, and you can do the deduction yourself by just taking a look at the nomination process and the fact that it's ending. And as of now, all these names
are bowing out. In fact, the report you just played, Osei Chairman Sabonsu Joe Wise. But let's start systematically and let's go across the country and see some of the names that are not going again. For instance, Samuel Atachia, the Member of Parliament for Ebuakwa South constituency. He took over from the current president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, when he exited Parliament in 2009 to run for the New Patriotic Party leadership. In terms of the flag bearership, he did not win. But Atachia has been in Parliament for 4 terms. 4 terms coming in 2009 to replace Nana Akufo-Addo. Such a key person in Parliament. He's currently the chair of the very respected Mines and Energy Committee. He's not coming to Parliament again. Then come another name, quite huge. And in fact, up until yesterday, we were not even aware officially that it was not going around. Dan Botry, the Minister for Local Government and Rural Development. He has also been in Parliament for the Okre constituency up and the Kwapin Plains for 4 terms. He also came in 2009. He's not a huge person within the New Patriotic Party, having been a general secretary of the party before, and he then coming into Parliament. He has been serving since 2009. He has also done 4 terms. Then the Maverick, Kennedy Ejapon, whose brother is seeking to unseat the Bantama MP Francis Asansobwachi. Kennedy Ejapon has been in Parliament since 2000. He is one of the persons who has been there within the New Patriotic Party fold for such a long time. If you take away Osei Chairman Sabonsu himself, there's not up to 5 MPs on the majority leadership front or within the New Patriotic Party caucus who have been in Parliament for a longer time than Kennedy Ejapon. He has been there for 6 terms. And this Parliament, since 1992, since he came into force, we've been 8 terms. And he has been there for 6 times. So Kennedy Ejapon, having run for the New Patriotic Party flag bearership election, now says he's not coming to Parliament again, probably to prepare himself to launch another bid to lead the party in 2028.
There's obviously an implication for parliamentary democracy, particularly for the NPP side, knowing that all the front
the key front benches
almost out of Parliament, and that has implications for the party. The party now struggling to, recalibrate, do some reshuffle in terms of leadership. What's likely to happen? Apeyumakin in a comfortable leader, some would say.
Yeah, in fact, when Osei Chairman Sabonsu announced formally that he was not going to run, conversations about who may lead the NPP caucus in the House in 2025 has started coming up. And the names that came up included even Dan Botry and Atachia, who now all say they are not going to go. Joseph Osei, who's having been in Parliament for 4 terms, also says he's not running. Joe Gatti, one of the key stalwarts, having been in Parliament since 2005, he's not running again. Francisco Timene, 2 terms, not running again. Dr. Mafo, one of the constituencies in Ashanti Region, 1 term, key guy, not running again. So who gets to lead the New Patriotic Party side in the House? Which then leads many to say that maybe Alexander Afenyo-Markin will probably be in the comfortable lead to become the party's majority leader or minority leader, whichever the situation may be in 2020, 2025, when the new parliament is constituted. So clearly the New Patriotic Party is going to lose a lot of key weight forward. In fact, the New Patriotic Parties in Parliament cannot be talked about without Osei Chairman Sabonsu. He has been there from the start. In 1992, they boycotted the parliamentary election, so we were not in Parliament from 1992 to 1996. And then the NPP MP started coming in. he has been there since then, and so he is now exiting. He has been majority leader, minority chief whip, he has seen it all, and is now leaving. So Afenyo Markin and others who may come back again if they win their respective primaries, if they go ahead to win the election in 2024. These are some of the persons that will be expected here.
In fact, the headache also of the party is, those who would be going into the elections as fresh candidates, replacing all of these big wigs. They might be giving a leeway to the National Democratic Congress or any other candidate that may want to give a very good run for their money.
It has come up quite strongly. If you look at Collins in team, he's a deputy minister for local government. The research is showing that the NDC may be able to win that seat if he is retained. But that is up to the delegates of the NPP to decide. But you look at some of the people, Charles Bisiu, seeking to replace Jogate from the Sikado Ketan constituency. And you need to know that Jogate won that seat by whiskers in 2020. That lady from the NDC gave him such a huge run for his money. And so Charles Bisiu really needs to be careful. If not, that seat, which has been a safe seat for the NPP for some time now, could be lost. There's also Raphael Japan, who is a brother to Kennedy Japan, seeking to unseat the Bantama MP, the current MP. One would say that Bantama is really a relatively safer seat, and so whoever comes out who wins.
In fact, that's another flashpoint for the New Patriotic Party, knowing so well that there's been this sort of, an unspoken rancor, if you want to call it as such. They might say, well, it's the New Patriotic Party, after the primaries we'll get back. But what we see consistently among these individuals is they're escalating all of what's happening in the constituency to the national level.
Yes.
Claiming that, it's about factionalism, those for Kennedy, Japan, and the president's side.
Yes, it's come up quite strongly. And in fact, if you look at the Bantama constituency election, it's been dubbed as the race between Dr. Baumia's camp and that of Kennedy Japan. Because Raphael Japan, the brother for Kennedy Japan, clearly supported his senior brother in the race to lead the New Patriotic Party. The Works and Housing Minister, Francis Nsuwache, also supported the vice president. So that race is clearly divided on those lines. And the remnants of the conflict within the New Patriotic Party in 2024 is coming up strongly, because if you look at those persons who supported Kennedy Japan, some of them, their seats are under threat. And there are certain places where Kennedy Japan is such a strong person, and it's really giving the candidates who supported Dr. Mahmoud Bamia such a huge run.
In fact, the MP for the area acknowledges the fact. We just heard from Francis Nsuwache, who says, well, it's a reflection of what's happening.
Yes, in fact, if you look at even those MPs who were asking for Ken Oforiatta to be sacked, those MPs are also going in this race really, really very wary of the fact that they could lose their seat. Eugene Boachi of Subin, he's also really on the cards. And then you have Andy Appiah could be for Santiachim Central.
Big names worried about what the future might hold for them. Kuka Santi, our parliamentary affairs correspondent, but stay with us because we head now to the Ahafo side, and of course, in the Ahafo North South East constituency, where an aspirant in the parliamentary primaries of the New Patriotic Party have committed to ensuring peaceful campaigns ahead of the voting. Party executives have actually issued guidelines to the aspirant with the aim of maintaining party cohesion. And constituency chairperson Kojo Owusu says the ultimate objective is for the party to increase its political fortunes in the area. Well, Nanayao Jima has been to the area and comes through with this report.
The Ashanti region boasts as the region with the highest number of parliamentarians, with the New Patriotic Party holding the majority of these seats. 43 out of the 47 seats are on the ticket of the ruling NPP. But the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament and MP for Bekwai, Joseph Osei-Wusu, Majority Leader and MP for Swami, Osei Chairman Sabonsu, Emmanuel Mafo of the Oforikum constituency, alongside MP for Kwabri East, Francisca Oti-Mensah, and Ahafo North South East Member of Parliament, are not in the race for the upcoming elections. With the parliamentary primaries in the offing, a significant number of the incumbent legislators in the region are filing nominations to retain their seats. At the Old Tafo constituency, Vincent Ekowasifwa is contending Dr. Sewa Donko after the two locked horns in the 2020 primaries. Dr. Donko says it is time to serve the entire constituency fairly.
Yeah, I understand development, I understand leadership. All my life till now I've been in service, I've been in positions of leadership, and what I've learned is what I want to be able to bequeath my society or community with. I represent the aspirations of the community, and that's
6 aspirants have filed nominations to contest the Ahafo-Ano South East Parliamentary Primary of the New Patriotic Party. They include Obeng Boateng, Frederick Echampon, Roy Jiabo Entry, Dr. Emmanuel Osei Boateng, Wesley Osu Boateng, and Louise Mensah. Chairman of the party in the constituency says the directives issued to the aspirants have so far yielded positive results.
They
have been advised to run clean campaigns so that we maintain party cohesion after the election.
Aspirant A or B,
the sitting MP, Francis Menu Adabo, who is not seeking re-election, won with little over 2,000 votes in the last election. The NPP has set out for a candidate with the potential of increasing the party's fortunes. Already an agriculturalist, Obeng Boateng has intensified campaign to lead the charge. With the knowledge of grassroots, he is galvanizing support for his candidature. Together with his supporters, Mr. Boateng has submitted forms for the race.
We need massive change in this district. Almost 70% of our natives here are farmers, and they need support. They need somebody. Me coming from an agric company, agric background, I want to use my expertise to help them in their daily lives, in their welfare. You see, such as giving them fertilizers and giving them incentives to boost the farming job that they're doing. Not that alone. I want to create scholarships so that the children and the sons and the daughters in these natives can also get a chance to go to the schools, universities, and even support them on their way to the FSHS. I want to establish a loan trust without no interest to help my people so that they can access the loans and help them in everything that they want to do.
Meanwhile, popular sports journalist Frederick Echampon has also submitted his forms for the race.
It's first of all to prioritize development, develop the human capital. It's not everything the MP or the government can provide, but if we help to develop the human capital, they will also in turn develop their locality, and together we can bring something up. Between our constituency and the regional capital, Kumasi, there's a short distance, but to surprise you to know that once you exit Kumasi and begin to enter this constituency, even network is a problem. To receive proper telephone call or proper internet is a problem. So it means that this constituency, this district, lacks a lot.
It's expected to be a heated race as all candidates enhance campaign. The opposition National Democratic Congress has increased efforts to win the seat. For Joy News, Nanaya Ochima reporting.
Well, in the Volta region, Member of Parliament for Hohoe, John Peter Amewu, is awaiting acclamation to represent the New Patriotic Party in the December 2024 parliamentary elections within the area. He was the only individual to pick and submit nomination forms to contest the parliamentary primaries in the area. The hierarchy of the New Patriotic Party says it is convinced Mr. Amewu is the perfect candidate to help the party retain its only seat in the Volta region. We have more.
A delegation of the New Patriotic Party electoral area coordinators in the Hohoe constituency submitted a parliamentary candidate nomination form on behalf of John Peter Amewu. At the close of nominations, Mr. Amewu was the only person to have submitted his nomination form, hence would contest the primary unopposed. The Hohoe constituency NPP chairman, Anthony Kondobre, said Mr. Amewu has a better portfolio to help maximize the electoral fortunes of the governing party and retain the Hohoe parliamentary seat.
In my capacity as a constituency chairman, I am convinced that the steps, the positive steps, the developmental steps that Honorable John Peter Amewu has taken. Talk of the economic activities now blooming in our constituency. The developments, physical developments, human capacity building, all culminated into the fact that he is still winning the seat of the Howe constituency come 2024, December 7th. There's no two ways about that.
The Howe constituency NPP communications officer, Samuel Azasu, entreated the National Democratic Congress to join his party to canvass for votes for the re-election of John Peter Amewu.
I am only appealing to the entire constituency of the Howe constituency that they should rally their support behind the workaholic MP, the innovative and the dynamic MP, Honorable John Peter Amewu, who doubled as the Minister for Railways Development, to continue his good works that he's doing for the constituency. A special appeal goes to the entire NDC executive, led by their parliamentary candidate, Mr. Walanyu Chekbu. I am inviting him to join hands with us. Let's adopt maintaining Honorable John Peter Amewu project as a personal project. Let's see it as a communal labor. Let's join hands, irrespective of our political affiliations and differences. I am calling on all our brothers and sisters, be it NPP, NDC, CPP, our market women, our chiefs, and everyone. Let's join hands to maintain Honorable John Peter Amewu.
The NPP is confident of retaining the Howe parliamentary seat and possibly adding other seats in the Volta region. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News, Howe.
From the Volta region, a legal practitioner, Yao Bwawanyako, has submitted his nomination forms to contest the Afia constituency parliamentary primaries in the Western region on the tickets of the New Patriotic Party, the employee of the Ghana Revenue Authority, who aims at retaining the constituency seat for the party in 2024 elections, says he will be successful. And of course, after filing nomination forms at the party's constituency office, he indicated that he'll be contesting the incumbent NPP MP for the area, Joseph Kujo, in the upcoming primaries.
He will be contesting the incumbent NPP MP for the constituency, Joseph Kujo, in the January 27, 2024 parliamentary primary. The affable politician was accompanied by a crowd of party delegates and supporters who marched through the principal streets of the constituency, displaying party paraphernalia as they express their unwavering support for the aspiring parliamentary candidates amidst brass band music. They later gathered at the party's constituency office, where the legal practitioner presented his form and a filing fee of 35,000 to the NPP constituency secretary, Philip Nyako. The aspiring parliamentary candidates also paid a non-refundable development fee of 40,000 Ghana cedis. The constituency secretary called on lawyer Boama and his followers to exercise decorum and circumspection in their statements as they campaign for votes.
One thing they need to acknowledge and appreciate is the fact that this is internal arrangement or internal elections. Now, your back outside may have negative or positive effects on us. And so you're going to hear campaign, and one year campaign at the end of it, Obiala Obuwini Biala will win nama NPP party. And that is my understanding as the secretary of the party. We actually need to break the eight. And we cannot break the eight with the division within the party. It's a must. And see, Miss Srow, did you run a work out? What share that I will obey now? We can never break the eight if I am team at all.
Addressing journalists, Yaupua Manyako said he has submitted all the necessary documents and fees as required by the party from all aspiring parliamentary candidates. He expressed optimism that he would win the parliamentary primary of the constituency come January 2024 and retain the NPP seat in the 2024 general election.
I'm looking forward for the party to clear, for us to go through vetting, and then we do the necessary elections come the 27th. I'm very optimistic that I'm going to win because it's a delegate issue. I've been with the party, I've been part of the constituency for a while, I've been a patron 2 times, I've provided the needed support for them as a people, I've provided employment for the youth, I've provided support for the mothers, and so it's time for me to lead and bring the needed vision and dream that I have for the people of Ifia. I'm a man of peace, and I've shown the way over the past years. I've never said anything derogatory or anything negative about the process or the sitting MP. Out of it, I've always encouraged my people to be decorum. There should be a campaign of issues about what we want to do and what we have done for the people. And so over the next couple of days and weeks, I urge all of them to remain focused. They should let us campaign on our goal, our vision, which is on education, health, and minimizing unemployment in the community. Let's give them the fresh ideas and the new hope, and we know we are going to win this election.
For Joy News, in Athalia Kwanza, Western Region.
General Charles Bisiu, the former Western Regional Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, has officially thrown his heart into the ring for the Esikandun Ketan constituency for the parliamentary primaries, now accompanied by a diverse group including some polling station executives, market queens and also delegates. Charles Bisiu submitted his nomination forms at the constituency party office.
That's what the one Sophia. Mawanu Mperbiahu. A manoya who Bashisha Dawson, and Pahu Bashisha Mfanye Amambu, Mfanye Puntu. It's a master of the mamma men say as amphibian Piwano de Aka 1 May Honiginan, Akabian who as amphi. Oh, yeah, a summa ye bossum. Oh, yeah, you pen a year beshanodo. Oh, yeah, you mobile say.
As the journey to the January 27th parliamentary primaries unfolds, Charles Cromwell Bisiu emerges not only as the contender for Iskaduketan, but as an advocate for politics of respect and collaboration.
I've always advocated that competition brings the best out of people. And so insulting people on also finding out or trying to explore where people have failed so that you excel doesn't help. When I was the regional secretary for 8 years, I believe the first 4 years, NDC had 18 out of the 26 seats. We had 18. We didn't win the additional 18 through insults, but with work on the ground, finding out what is actually transparent, what the Ghanaian wanted and all that. That's actually translated into votes for us. So insults does not translate into votes. So I have always spoken to them that, for example, when we're coming here today, I saw a lot of people coming with their motorbikes and all that. I called them and I briefed them that I do not want anybody getting injured. Even though I'm going to be the beneficiary eventually, I do not want to be a beneficiary, become an MP where I've seen somebody maimed. So I advised them, so you can see that they actually came here in an orderly manner. And in the same vein, I've also spoken to them about insults, where people sit on WhatsApp platforms and all that and insult people, because we are all the same party. Even within the party, outside our NDC, NPP, CPP, we're all Ghanaians. So am I going to insult my fellow Ghanaian and actually, benefit from it? It doesn't help. So if I'm not allowing somebody to insult an NDC person, then within my party, it shouldn't happen.
As the journey to the January 27th parliamentary primaries unfolds, Charles Cromwell Bisiu emerges not only as the contender for Iskaduketan, but as an advocate for politics of respect and collaboration.
Well, so these are some of the names going into the race, and Charles Bisu ending our reports there. That will be a very tough battle for him if indeed he becomes successful at becoming the parliamentary.
Yes, that is a very, very cagey seat. In fact, if you look at the results from the 2020 election, Jogate nearly lost that seat, a seat that the NPP has been winning yearly. Jogate got 26,701 votes. Grace Ayensu Danko of the NDC got 24,527 votes. That is 2,000 votes difference for a seat the NPP used to win in previous times with 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. In fact, the president won that constituency, Akufo-Addo, won that constituency with more than 16,000 votes. So if you look at that difference in votes from that place, it's clear that Charles Bisu may win the primaries, but he will definitely struggle against Grace Ayensu.
Yeah, but no one knows what the outcome of that exercise will be. That will be a very intense battle going into 2024. But the NDC would also need to make some adjustments at this moment, watching what's happening within the governing
within
party.
The New Patriotic Party, definitely. And in fact, they've been looking at the kind of persons the New Patriotic Party are putting up for the 2024 election. They really also have to reject. The only challenge for them is that they've concluded their primaries in almost all 275 constituencies. Just a few areas they haven't done so far, and coming into 2024 they'll be doing it. But it will mean they have to ramp up the campaign.
Precisely.
These are a lot of resourceful NPP candidates who are going into the election with a lot of deep pockets to be able to influence this election.
Kukwa Sanchez is our parliamentary correspondent. We take you now